What is popping, guys? We are here today for our GBA semifinal match versus George, also known as Septile MC, coach of the San Francisco Arca Niners, in what is perhaps to be our toughest match yet for sure. Because, well, first of all, George is a showdown player like myself, so there's a gray line in between where, a player's skill level will sort of coincide, and it all comes down to team matchup and plays and preparation, and George pretty much has it in all of those areas in terms of, I guess, the team matchup and just the overall preparation that he has. Looking at his team, right, he's got Manaphy, which my team is definitely not capable of handling too well. When I drafted these Pokemon, kind of planned, like, I didn't really see myself facing a Manaphy because, just in terms of the schedule and stuff, so I wasn't really too worried. But George, he's making some good trades here and there, so he was able to pick this Pokemon up. And it's looking bleak now. I saw the team preview, right? We see like threats like Manaphy, Mamoswine, Gardevoir. I mean, like, there's a lot of threats on his team, and I'm just like, okay, you know what? My game plan going into this match is to sort of hope that he plays risky with Manaphy, bring it in early, weaken it, and then try to clean up with Scarf Gyarados. That was kind of my plan going to this match. And I mean, like I said, he has the matchup 100%. He has the better team preparation overall in terms of what Pokemon he brought and I guess what he anticipated me to bring. And he brought a very, very offensive looking team, bar of course the Snorlax, which I expected to be maybe like a curse set, and the Fortress, which I thought maybe would be defensive. Looking at his team, I mean, Gardevoir's a big threat. The only Pokemon that I have to sort of deal with an offensive Gardevoir is my Jirachi, since that's my only Fairy Resist. And he has a lot of cool Pokemon. Infernape could be Life Orb, it could be Bandit or Scarf perhaps, and of course Manaphy is it could be offensive or defensive with Tail Glow or Calm Mind respectively. But going into this match, I thought my best lead would be my Gyarados, because Gyarados here, right, I figured he might lead with Mamoswine or the Infernape to try to get up rocks early on in the game, and try to take it from there. So I decided I should probably lead off with my Gyarados because it's pretty good versus his team. I mean, I could have led off with Jirachi, but Infernape just makes it a bad lead in that sense, as well as, I could also have led off with perhaps my, either Jirachi or Gyarados was probably my best lead overall, or even Haxorus. I was going to lead Haxorus if he brought Mega Beedrill, because then it would kind of bait the Fortress to come in after he like protected it and maybe switch into it so I could incinerate it, because I do have Incinerate on this Haxorus, but I decided to save that. So I decided, my best lead would be my Gyarados here, just to try to weaken something early on in the game. And that's kind of what my plan was pretty much. I didn't really know what to do if he knew how to play well with Manaphy. And knowing George, I mean, he's a solid player overall. He definitely knows what he's doing. And let's see what happens here. I'll just go ahead and start the battle now, and you guys can see what went down. So let us begin. And he has a pretty cool team, so he's gonna be issuing that challenge. And I decided, I'm gonna lead up with my Gyarados like I said. So he decides to lead off with his Fortress, so I'm like, okay, you know what? That's fine. I can just go right now into my Donphan. He does not have any spin blockers. He decided not to bring his Spiritomb, so I decided to go into my Donphan as he sets up his Toxic Spikes. I'm like, okay, that's not too bad, because what I can do is just go for the Rapid Spin here. He goes for the Stealth Rock, so he does reveal to be a faster Fortress, I guess. I'm not invested in any speed or anything, so I'm like, okay, maybe he's just faster than me. And I just go with the Rapid Spin here. He goes for the T-Spikes as I predicted. Maybe to want to switch out to Manaphy or something, since I'm just going for Rapid Spin and stuff like that. So I go for Knockoff here, knocking off his Custap Berry. So I'm like, okay, shoot, he's an offensive Custap lead, so that's not too bad. I guess I could just stay in here because I don't want to go to Rachi and weaken that, because I definitely need Rachi in case he's an offensive Gardevoir or something that could really take advantage of my Jirachi, like predict the Shadow Ball. So he goes into Gardevoir right now after he goes for the Explosion. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Maybe I can just stay in and go for an Earthquake here, should he decide to predict my Rachi to come in. But he goes to the Moonblast, knocking me out. I could have lived the Shadow Ball. I am Assault Vest, so that's why I thought maybe I could stay in. But I'm like, okay, you know what? That's fine. A T-Spike is not as bad as a Stealth Rock, so I just go into my Jirachi here to set up my own rocks to, whittle his team down over time. But he stays and goes to the Shadow Ball, so I guess he kind of makes a good read on that I would not attack him with Iron Head this turn. And I decided I'm going to attack him with Iron Head now, but he decides to go into his Infernape. So good play, good reads here, for sure. I mean, I'm just trying to weaken his team at this point so that my Gyarados can sweep, and I'm just like kind of patiently waiting for that Manaphy to come out so I could weaken it. But he's not bringing out Manaphy yet, so he's saving that for late game. I can't really switch out of Jirachi at this point because I kind of need the other members of my team and if he makes a play with Infernape, then that could be really bad for me. But he just goes with the close combat here. I go to my Togekiss and try to force him out. And judging by the way he switched out, he's probably locked in with a Band or a Scarf. He goes to Gardevoir here. I was kind of expecting the Snorlax to come in. I really wanted to trick the Snorlax with a Choice Scarf, since just tricking Snorlax would be so good. Would prevent him from going for Recover or anything like that. Not Recover, Rest if he's like a Curse Set or something like that. But he goes to Gardevoir and he does reveal to be Assault Vest, so I'm just like, okay, yeah, he's way more prepared versus me than I thought he would be. Definitely, he's really prepared a lot. And he just goes to the Side Shock here as I go for the Air Slash. I try to get off as much damage as I can. I mean, now this Gardevoir has a Choice Scarf, so I'm still faster than it with my Choice Scarf Gyarados. So I go for the Waterfall here to knock it out. And I guess now he does know that I'm a Choice Scarf Gyarados, so it could be a threat for him, but not really, because we'll see what happens here. He goes into his Manaphy on my Gyarados, so I'm like, okay, what I can do is actually just go to my Haxorus here to sack it off. I figured my best plan was, if he's an offensive Manaphy, was to go into Haxorus here, sack it off after he, with Tail Glow or whatnot, and then go to Blaziken, weaken it, and then go to Gyarados and try to sweep from there. He does go for the Tail Glow here. I mean, I also decided to switch out in case he was HP Electric. Would not be worth for me to stay in, or if he was like Scald and try to burn me or something. Definitely not the right play to stay in there. So I had to go to Haxorus here as he went for the Tail Glow. He is a fast Manaphy, so he's obviously offensive. He is Tail Glow, Ice Beam, so yeah, he's definitely an offensive set for sure. And I go to Blaziken here now. I do have the Focus Sash, so I can weaken this thing with a superpower. If he's offensive Manaphy, it would weaken him a bunch so that my Gyarados can kind of pick it off from there. So I go to my Blaziken here, and I do get poisoned, which means I will die after he attacks me with the Surf. He goes for the Surf here. I can hold on to my Focus Sash. I do pack the Superpower, so I can actually just go right now for the Superpower here and do a lot of damage to him, or so I think. And, it doesn't really do too much at all. So I actually asked him what his spread was after the match, and he showed me that he was actually max defense, max speed. So I'm just like, yeah, you know what? He was more prepared for all my Pokemon, and he just brought like a defensive Tail Glow Manaphy. So I pretty much just lost this game right then and there. And there was really nothing I could do about it, and that's pretty much that. So I just get tossed on my neck by a Manaphy, and that's kind of what happens. It's a GBA, so you basically get swept by Pokemon in team matchup that you might not be prepared for. So that is that. So I'm just gonna go for the Waterfall here, relentlessly trying to flinch it down, but unfortunately, nah, I cannot do that. So he's gonna go for the Ice Beam here, knock me out, and that is gonna be a good game. So that's pretty much that. I mean, like, there was really nothing I could do. Manaphy pretty much just screwed me over team preview. So I mean, like, George obviously knows what he's doing, so that's definitely good that he was able to I guess make those kinds of trades. I think, like, for the future, I mean, we did really well this season. I'm not complaining at all. Like, this is I never really expected to win the entire thing on my first round in the GBA. I mean, this is our first time for me, first time for Chimp, and Chimp as well. I mean, like, Chimp had a rough season at just getting I guess he got hacked out of the quarterfinals, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And I mean, he had a tough time, but he did really well. He did really well for sure, and I'm sure that he'll do even better for the next season. But for me personally, like, I think I did really well, especially since I kind of just chose Pokemon at random. I just chose ones I wanted to use, and I guess a lot of people didn't really believe in my draft when I drafted these Pokemon, but they did pretty well. I mean, they did really well for sure. And like I said, I mean, it all comes down to matchup. It all comes down to how well your opponent can prep, and it's just a counter team style, which is well, like I said in the beginning of the season, very foreign to me. But we did really well. I mean, I feel like I definitely put in a lot of good stuff this season, and we saw some cool stuff. I mean, we saw Rock Polish Donphan, which was never used before. We saw SD Keldeo. Like, I just want to, like, for the next season, bring a lot of cool stuff once again. I'm going to choose some new Pokemon, now that I have a better idea of how things work, now that I have a better idea of how, like, certain Pokemon do in the tier and stuff, not the tier, but in the format. I have a good idea of stuff that I want to try out next time, and I mean, it's just fun. Like, this is just like a whole, like, just sort of a fun thing for me, and I don't know, I just had a lot of fun just innovating sets and stuff. Like, innovating stuff is just really what I enjoy most about Pokemon, just team building and stuff like that. I really enjoy team building a lot, and it's just a fun way to do that. But I mean, definitely, like, definitely George played really well, and he's gonna probably win this for sure. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, I don't know. He definitely is more experienced than me in the draft league format, the GBA format. So, and plus he's been doing this a lot longer than I have, the draft stuff. So, with that being said, good game, man. Hope you do well in the finals and come through. Just avenge me and avenge Chimpact, man. Just go for it. Just win this, man. And that's all. I don't know who he's gonna be playing. I don't know who won the other match between Cooper and Fizz, but it should be a good match. I mean, either way, even though I'm not in the finals, even though Chimp is not in the finals, or even Miguel. Like Miguel, it would have been a cool final to see him as well in there. Like either one of us, either George or him or Chimp or I. I mean, I feel like those would be a pretty cool final matchup in the end. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like we did well. We did well this season for our first time, and we can definitely learn from a lot of the stuff that happened and just come through in the end of the next season, I guess, is what I gotta say. I mean, it's kind of sad that I couldn't make it to finals. I know a lot of people were expecting me. A lot of you guys are expecting me to make it to finals and stuff, but it's all good. It's all like I said, like I had nothing for Manaphy. There's nothing I could do, unless I air slash. Maybe I could have played a little bit better. But it all came down to him having a max defense, max speed Manaphy, and his prep was just a lot better. He definitely wants to win this more than probably more than I did. I mean, I definitely wanted to win this, but George, I bet he wanted to win this a lot more. So that's that. And just for the future, guys, for the future, looking ahead, Pimp My Squad coming back soon. So you look forward to that. And what else? Yeah, more lives coming. If you guys have any suggestions of what other videos or series you want to see, just let me know. I'm very much open to suggestions. I always read the comments and love to interact with everybody. So yeah, it's gonna be that. Hope you guys enjoyed and we had a great season. And just thank you everybody for supporting. Thanks to all the people that helped me out in terms of getting my mons and just helping me test and stuff like that. And of course, it was just a lot of fun overall. And I'm excited for the next season. I'm just looking with an open mind to the future, I guess. I don't know. I'm trying to make like a great like victory speech. It's kind of a victory in the sense that we made it this far, and I'm just looking at it with the cup half full instead of half empty. Just being optimistic, and that's how everybody should be. So, well, I guess if you want to be optimistic, and it's just it feels good. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Looking forward to hearing from you all, and thank you all for the support. I will see you guys on the next one. Peace, guys.